Hello and welcome back to the Tea and a Buddy podcast. I'm Dominic.
I'm Erica.
And this is going to be part 2 of our things we ate in the UK.
Yeah.
And because last week we ran on a bit talking.
As we always do.
And we thought, we might go ahead and do the full thing, but we didn't.
Yeah. I think it would have ended up being an hour.
An hour long. Something like that, yeah. But yes, this is just a podcast where we talk about the stuff that we ate in the UK, or an episode where we talk about that.
Yeah, basically just because we kept getting messages of people wanting to know what we were eating. Oh, let us know what you're eating. Show us pictures. That? Yeah, go eat an English breakfast. Go eat this, go eat that. And so we just thought, you know what? There seems to be a lot of interest in what we're eating.
Yeah, no. So we'll just make an episode.
Apologies if you have absolutely no interest in what we ate when we were in the UK.
You were going to love this one. You're going to love this episode.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, the first thing on this in part 2 is M&S food, the cottage pies.
Oh yeah. And
the curries.
Mm-hmm.
They were just basically like ready meals.
Ready meals, yeah. I mean, similar to stuff we have over here, only, actually, I think you can get cottage pie over here.
Can you?
Yeah, we call it shepherd's pie, though, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, yes, shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is made with lamb, and cottage pie is made with beef.
Yeah, so if you've never had either one, it's like minced meat.
Yeah.
And then it'll be in a sort of gravy with, like, peas and carrots. And mashed potatoes.
Mashed potato on top, yeah.
Yeah. And that's basically it.
Yeah, because you made a shepherd's pie, but it was a cottage pie.
Yeah.
Because you make it with beef.
Yeah.
Ground beef.
Yeah. And the shepherd's pie is the exact same, only lamb instead of
lamb.
Beef.
Yeah. I don't know why that's why it's called... why they're called different things,
Well, a shepherd, I guess. A shepherd watches over sheep, don't they?
Yeah, and a cottage watches over cows.
Maybe you live in a cottage and you own cows,
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. I guess it's just to differentiate,
But I definitely have seen, I think at Walmart, actually, shepherd's pie in the frozen food section.
And it's
beef.
It's beef.
Yeah.
So it's not technically shepherd's pie because it's not lamb.
Yeah. So I think it was after my aunt visited Britain for the first time years and years ago, like decades ago. And came back with the shepherd's pie recipe. I don't know whether she just got it mixed up or whether she didn't want to do it with lamb.
She may have not wanted to do it with lamb.
Yeah. Lamb can be expensive.
Lamb is quite expensive here, yeah.
And so she made it for us. My mom really liked it, and so we always had it as a kid growing up. But I had sibling, there were several of us in the house.
So ground beef was the...
my mom would put a crust on it just to make it like a complete meal, because you had the meat, potatoes, vegetables, and then like add a bread in.
Yes.
So she would like make it in a pie crust, and oftentimes she would put another crust over the top just to make it more filling, so that there was enough to go around. And obviously there's no crusts involved in Britain. She kind of crossed it over into like a pot pie.
A pot pie, yes.
Like mixed, like turned it into a version
Likes
of a pot pie.
Likes to do the unexpected.
Yeah. And I quite liked it like that. And I think I made it for you.
You made it for you. I was like, okay, it's just like a pie.
You were like, yeah, this is not a shepherd's pie, though.
It's not a shepherd's pie or a cottage pie, because cottage pie, it's just made in like like
a casserole dish.
Like a casserole dish, and there's no crust at all, except for like if you want to count the mashed potato topping as a crust, because that's kind of like burnt a little bit. I swear
we saw Gordon Ramsay do it one time, and he put cheese on the top, didn't
he?
he?
You can put cheese on the top to like melt it.
Yeah. To give it like a kind of a crust.
To give it a crusty, yeah.
Yeah.
But usually the mashed potatoes kind of like, fancy forked, in it.
Fancy forked?
Yeah,
what does
it's
that
like fancy forking, There's like a design on the top. It's like little Like, people pipe it on sometimes.
After so many years of being with you.
So many years.
You still bust out with these British isms that I've never heard on occasion. Fancy fork. That's a new one.
Well, that's not a Britishism. That's something I came up with.
Oh,
you just
invented that.
Yes, me. Fancy. Yeah, no, me. It's just all like, it's like piped on or something, and it looks like it's like a design.
Yeah.
It looks like you've gone at it with a fork. Just to give it like...
Gone at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so M&S is Marks and Spencer.
Marks and Spencer.
It's one of the more expensive grocery stores.
It's a little bit more upmarket. Yeah, we talked about this in an earlier episode. Yeah, about what's the... Waitrose is supposedly upmarket
and
now.
So their versions of... ready meals or frozen foods are a little bit more fancy than something you would get at Asda, which is more like equivalent to Walmart. And we did have the cottage pie, and then we had the curries a couple of times. They were chicken tikka masala.
Chicken tikka masala.
And I mean,
they were okay.
They're okay.
They got the job done.
The naans were good.
They come with naan, and they come with like a papadom.
I feel like I've had better frozen chicken tikka masala here, actually.
Yeah, that's Suki. Yeah, Suki's is kind of hard to beat, isn't it?
Yeah, that's really good. But yeah, so that was another thing we ate. I think we just posted that video on Instagram, actually. So maybe if you follow us over there, you might have seen
go
that.
check it out.
Us having a M&S curry, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we want to talk about your Sunday roasts. Because we only really had one Sunday roast there, didn't we? The whole 5 years we were there, you only had one Sunday roast.
Well, we made a Sunday roast a couple of times.
Did we?
We didn't have one anywhere.
Yeah, we did.
Are you talking about the carvery?
The carvery is a Sunday roast, yeah.
Okay. I thought you call it a carvery.
Yeah, it's a carvery, yeah, but usually you have it on a Sunday.
Yeah. What are we talking about here?
Like Sunday, the Sunday roast with like Yorkshire puddings. Yeah, just that we had it. Because, usually like that's British. You got to have a Sunday roast.
Yeah.
That's what every American gets told when they come to Britain. Is like, you got to have fish and chips. You got to have a Sunday roast.
Yes.
Yorkshire puddings.
Full English.
Yeah, full English, mate.
Yeah, those are probably the three main things that Americans want to eat when they go to Britain, right? Like a full English breakfast.
Full English breakfast.
A Sunday roast, which they literally only do on Sundays. Like, you can only find them on Sundays, right?
Yeah, usually.
Yeah.
I mean, you can have one, you can make one any time of the week.
Yeah, but if you were going to get it in a restaurant.
You're going to go to a restaurant, and usually they're doing something called a carvery, which will be, like $6.95 per person.
Yeah.
And you'll go in.
Depends on where you are.
Depends. And it's like a buffet style of thing. You get your plate, you go up, and they go, what do you want? Do you want pork, beef, or, chicken?
Mm-hmm. Which normally I am not a buffet person. I do not do buffets. Like,
you can have all the veg you want and all the, like, Yorkshire puddings and potatoes you want, but, you can only get, like, a couple of slices of meat. You can't go back, in some of these places. I think like the Toby Carvery is one of those places, isn't it?
Yeah.
We never went to one of those, but, we went to this hotel in Scotland.
Yeah, when we were in Scotland, his cousin...
Yeah, my cousin,
His cousin took us to eat, it was on a Sunday, and we went for dinner. Isn't that what they call lunch?
Lunch, yes, dinner.
Yeah.
Yes.
We went for dinner at the hotel that had just started doing a carvery, so they were excited to try that out and see, how it was. And as I said, I don't really do buffets. I don't mind a buffet, though, that's just set up for a limited time only.
It's a limited time only, yeah.
I don't like the buffets that are, like, there permanently day after day. Like, no. I can't.
Yeah.
I just can't. But this is fine. There's a guy serving you your food. You don't get the food yourself, do you? Or does he only serve your meat? I can't remember.
I think he can serve you the veg as well. Yeah, he goes, what do you want?
Yeah.
And, it's in a hot plate and stuff, and you go, oh, I'll have some roast potatoes, please, and I'll have some mashed potatoes, and I'll have some Brussels sprouts. And I'll have some parsnips as well. I'll have some carrots and, and sweet.
I mean, they didn't have all of that.
They didn't have all of that, but it's this carvery. Yeah, I can't remember. It was just kind of like the basic roast potatoes,
meat,
and 2 veg, I think
it had a starter, which I didn't remember when we've had a Sunday roast before. I didn't remember having like a starter. You had your option of a starter at this.
Yeah, what did you get for the starter?
I got bruschetta. Is it bruschetta or is it bruschetta? I mean, let's settle this debate once and for all, shall we? Because I've always said bruschetta, but apparently it's bruschetta, but then, I don't know. I'm not Italian. Some Italian listening, weigh in on this topic.
Weigh in on the topic of bruschetta versus bruschetta.
But yeah, that's what I had, and it was fabulous. It was delicious, as bruschetta always is.
Yeah.
Wait, you had soup?
Soup. It was like a vegetable soup.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was like a minestrone or something?
Something. I can't remember what it was now. I know it was soup.
Yeah.
It was nice. Soup of the day.
This was in the hills, the Highlands of Scotland, you guys.
The Highlands.
And it was very foggy, and it was just very, it was a lovely day for a Sunday carvery.
The very big Highlands.
I don't know what that means.
And, I know, the very high Highlands. I mean, we weren't in, the highest of the Highlands, but we were near enough.
Yeah.
Can't believe you've been there.
And so we have the starter, and then, I can't remember the vegetables. I think it was just
carrots and sprouts.
Broccoli, maybe?
Broccoli, sprouts, I think.
And meat.
There may have been some swede in there, too. I don't know.
No, there wasn't. And it was just basic. It was very basic. And then the meat, the roast potatoes, Yorkshire pudding. And then
we
dessert.
got the beef.
Yeah, you got the we both did.
Yeah, we both got the beef. I thought, well, may as well go for the beef.
Oh my god, the meal was freaking. It was really good. The roast beef was cooked to absolute perfection. It was just pink in the center. It was so juicy and just crispy around the edges. It was freaking delicious. It was cooked absolutely perfect. But we were eating with his some of his family members, and it just went so stereotypically British all of a sudden. I'm sitting there eating, I'm loving life. It was so good, and I was just oh my god, this is so good. The meat is I'm not saying these things. I'm just eating it, enjoying it, and then I just hear people moaning around the table. What do you think? It's a little bit not cooked enough.
Not cooked enough. Well, Mari was send this back.
Yeah.
Said send this one back and just give it a wee flash.
Yeah.
Just because I don't really like it pink.
And this didn't taste right, and
yeah, they were trying to draw me in, and then I decided,
wasn't that good.
You know what? I'll just join in for the.
So Dominic starts complaining. I was like, really? I was like, what? Oh, I thought it was good. The only one...
It's what they wanted to hear. Give the people what they want.
He's like, oh, I just joined it. And then I did it. I did it eventually after we had dessert then. And I think I had sticky toffee pudding.
No, I will say that rhubarb and apple crumble, it was a bit... Ugh.
I had sticky toffee pudding. Almost everybody else got the rhubarb and apple crumble with custard. My sticky toffee pudding was fabulous.
Yeah, you had 2 big hunks of it, as I remember.
Did it?
Yeah.
Was it? I don't know.
I remember seeing it and thinking, God, I should have got some of that.
It was very, very good. It tastes like good sticky toffee pudding. It had little pieces of date in it, which I had never had before. Yeah. It didn't affect anything other than you bit into a little piece of date. When we make sticky toffee pudding at home... We
crush the dates up, you
just mash it up.
They're mashed up, and you can't really taste them. Yeah.
The sticky toffee pudding, it just comes out like a really moist cake. You don't notice that there's dates in it, other than it tastes like dates. Whereas this one had little bits of pieces of date, which was kind of biting into something with a raisin or something like that. Not a big deal. I like dates, or I wouldn't have been eating sticky toffee pudding. But everybody's around the table is complaining about various aspects of the meal, and it was only okay.
I will say that the apple and rhubarb crumble that I had, or me and a couple of other people had, I wasn't too impressed with it. I thought the rhubarb was a little bit tangy. You know, it was a little...
Rhubarb is tangy.
Yes,
though.
rhubarb is tangy, but it didn't complement the apple that well.
Oh my god!
And I thought, it's a bit too much. You know, it's like, you know, we need a bit of custard or maybe or something on it. Yeah. And I think I did put custard on it, but.
You know that stereotypical thing of like, the British favorite pastime is complaining. It was like that, you guys. I was astonished that I was witnessing it in the wild. You know, it was like I was witnessing the infamous British complaining like in the wild. I was trying not to crack up because it was just so. I felt like I was in a movie. I don't know because my meal was so.
You're in a movie. You are in a movie.
But then I was like, okay, I'll join in as well then. And I was like, oh yeah, there were little bits in the sticky toffee pudding. I don't know. I've never had it like that before. It did not affect the taste whatsoever. It was fine, but everybody else was complaining.
You just need just so.
Oh,
the Yorkshire puddings though. They could have been better. There you go.
Yeah.
See, there's a complaint for you.
I mean, it wasn't a complaint. It was just an observation that it was they were very obviously frozen Yorkshire puddings.
Nah, you can't do that.
That they just made in the oven. They were not made from... I mean, Dominic's made them from scratch enough times that you can tell. They just don't come out, like, perfect looking like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah,
Where everybody's Yorkshire pudding is the exact same size.
Try that again. And Christmas dinner.
Yeah.
Christmas Day.
But yeah. Anyway, it was delicious.
Yeah.
If you're ever in the Highlands of Scotland, I can recommend it to you.
Yeah.
It's not something to complain about. Apparently the menu changes every Sunday though, so it's not the same. They don't do the same meal every time.
I mean, they might, because I think it was pork or beef this time, wasn't it?
Yeah, because your cousin, I think, went there then, like, few weekends or the next weekend, and it was a completely different thing. Yeah. I don't remember what it was, but anyway, so there you go.
Yeah. Fish cakes.
Yeah.
Are you in favor of them?
I think so.
Yeah, because I think that was the first time you ever had like a fish cake.
That was the only one I had over there.
Yeah. Where was that? Oh, that was in Tenby.
That was in Tenby, in Wales. We went to a fish and chip shop, and they had on the wall that
their fish cakes were renowned throughout the land.
Yes. An old...
world-famous fish cakes.
An old family recipe that had been in the family for, since the 1950s. Yeah. Or something like that. And so I was like, I'll have a fish cake then, because I've never, I didn't even know what a fish cake was going to be. I was thinking kind of like a crab cake, I guess, but...
I mean, they're kind of like that.
I mean, ish. But when I was eating it, I don't know that I really tasted any fish.
It was mostly mashed potato.
Yeah, and like some dill. Maybe like a hint of fish.
There was it's got. I mean, there would have had to be some fish in there.
Yeah, it was good.
It was like codfish. It would have been like cod or hake or something.
Yeah,
haddock or whatever.
It was good. I mean, I would recommend it. Like, sure, why not? It was not bad. You know?
And I got the battered sausage, which is which is good. I mean, I haven't had a battered sausage in years.
I kind of came around to the sausages on this trip, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, you started getting into them.
Yeah.
Because we made them a couple of times.
I mean, I didn't know that I was into them. I didn't know that I
But yeah, long for them when I'm not in Britain. You didn't like them before. You were like,
oh no. No, I didn't.
No, I don't like that sausage. I don't like sausage.
Yeah. The battered sausage was just what it says in the title, it's just a battered sausage.
It's such a battered saveloy, yeah.
Sausage deep fried in some batter. Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah?
If you like fried batter, then Britain is the place for you. There we go. That's the new campaign for Visit Britain.
Deep fried food, yes. I mean, people go, we deep fry everything over here, but no.
When it's fried well, it's just got such a crispy,
golden crunch.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's the same with fish as well. Not too much, but enough.
And the sausage was seasoned nicely too. It wasn't like a bland I seem to remember it kind of being bland
Greg's,
or I don't know,
Greg's or something. Yeah. It was something like that.
I never had Greg's this time. We dropped the ball on that one.
You never had a sausage roll at Greg's? I think I did.
You didn't. No, because we were going to do...
Oh, no, I did. I had one when you weren't there.
You sneaky. When did you have one?
I can't remember.
And where was I?
I don't know where you were, actually. I can't remember, but I do remember getting a sausage roll.
I don't know.
I got a sausage roll and I scoffed it really quick. I was like, good night.
No, because I wanted you to try the vegan one so we could do a little taste test.
I think it might have been in Torquay. No, maybe not.
So, I mean, we were never apart in Torquay, so...
Oh, no. It was in Clonackley, yeah, because I went to town to, like, do some business.
I was sick.
Yeah, you were sick. You were very sick.
I was sick. I couldn't be bothered walking to town. Yeah.
So yeah, I just walked into town. I'd got some business done, and I popped into Greg's and got myself a sausage roll.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go.
You sneak.
And a custard tart.
You did not.
And a custard slice.
I don't think you ever.
No, I did because
really
I came home. I actually did come home with custard slice and tart for you.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Oh, I don't know.
Because we have to go home with something, don't we?
You have to feed the monster, do you?
Have to feed the monster. We don't go home to feed the monster. It's very, very bad.
Have to pay for
the
it
sick
later.
Monster. But yeah. Well, actually, funnily enough, custard slice is the next one.
Oh.
That's your favourite, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Have we not talked about custard slices?
Yeah, I think we have. I think you've gone on about them.
Yeah, I don't want to go on too much if I've talked about it before, but you guys, the custard slices are so good. If you haven't seen, okay, go look on our TikTok, our video where we went to Jenkins and we're kind of showing you everything in the case at Jenkins. Yeah. That's my favorite custard slice.
Yeah, because you got it. I remember when it first trip over to the UK, you were, because I wasn't back then. Funnily enough, I wasn't one for like desserts or like sweet treats.
No, just candy.
Just candy. That did me well. Just a bag of candy. Every night before I go to bed.
Oh my god!
It's just like no, it's I'd eat, obviously I'd eat ice cream when the opportunity presented itself or whatever, but I never buy it. Like my dad sometimes bought it.
Yeah. And
I had it in the house.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, oh, I'll have some ice cream. Yeah, I like ice cream, whatever. But you are the ice cream queen, aren't you?
Yes. Yeah.
And so you're like, oh, I've got to get some ice cream. So we got ice cream. It's like, oh, I need a pastry. I need a something.
Yeah.
I need a sweet treat
I'd rather
selection.
I'd rather have like ice cream or pastries over candy any day.
A pastry, like a dessert. So we were in Tesco or something, and you were like, oh, I'll buy this selection box of like, and it had an eclair in it, and it had like a custard tart.
Oh, yeah.
And it had a vanilla slice, as they call it, which is basically a custard slice. And I don't remember you then going, oh, this is it. This is the greatest slice ever. They're not quite
as good from the grocery store. I don't know why.
No, they've got a kind of design on the top, haven't they? They're kind of like a cheap milfoil or whatever, milfuel or whatever they call it.
They're good, but from this bakery, Jenkins.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, if you wanted, it's like, oh, this custard's like, oh, that was good. That was good. I think I said, oh, they do better ones of those down in Jenkins.
Yeah.
They do big, thick custard and thick slab of icing on top, and you'll like it. I'll go get you one. So we went and got one, and that's when you were like, oh yeah, you were on the custard slice train then.
So Jenkins, if you've heard of Greg's, is basically like a Welsh version of Greg's.
Yeah, in South Wales, pretty much all over South Wales, up to Cardiff, I think even. There's like Jenkins bakeries.
Only Greg's has custard slices too, and again, they are not as good as Jenkins. I don't know why.
You see, Jenkins having the edge on things.
They're just so good.
And I will admit that Jenkins do a better chicken tikka softy, which is, and they just do better things.
Yeah.
Altogether.
Maybe it's just fresher ingredients since Greg's is a bigger chain.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe.
Jenkins is a little bit.
Oh, they've just got a recipe down, and they're just like
more local, and they don't have to. They import it. They don't have to not import, but they don't have to transport it as far. Whatever the ingredients.
That was true. Yeah. They've been baking, I think, since 1911, maybe, or something, in a family... It's still a family-owned business.
One time after we got back from Britain, I said to Dominic, send them a message and see if we can get their recipes so we can make it here. Because there's not,
I think, I did, and they said, oh, yeah, that's trade secret.
Yeah. They and then you said, back. Oh, well, can we open a chain? Any chance of us opening a franchise?
They never got back to us on that one. But no, my uncle, he knows, like, the CEO of them or something, like, whatever her name is or whatever. They come to the rugby.
Oh, yeah.
And, he says, oh, yeah, I see them. Oh, yeah, she comes to the rugby every time,
Yeah.
And so it's just like, yeah, and I was just like, oh, God, yes, I mean... Because he said, oh, they're a bit annoyed about something at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Because they've had to, like, close some stores or, the pandemic has set them back or something like that. But anyway, yeah, no, I mean, hasn't affected the quality. They're still as brilliant as ever.
I mean, I haven't tried a wide selection of things there because they do have quite an array of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, they have donuts. They have. I mean, we did a TikTok.
They've got loaves of bread. Yeah, go watch that TikTok for all the.
Yeah, my dad used to go there and used to get the brown bread loaf, uncut, unsliced, and it was like, and it's
that was where that came from.
That's where that came from. That really rough, coarse bread, and it's like, this is the stuff that. He must have been the only one buying that. I'm absolutely certain of it. Because they have, like, sourdough loaves, and they have, like, farmhouse loaves.
They have some gorgeous looking ones, yeah.
Yeah, and, it's just kind of like, it's a bakery, and then you've got the custard tarts and the sweet treats.
Manchester tarts and the strawberry tarts and
the jam donuts and the pancakes and everything. Yeah, I mean...
It's so funny, you guys, though, because when we were filming that TikTok, because my favorite things are anything that they have with custard in them. So the custard tart, the Manchester tart, the strawberry tart, which I just mentioned. Dominic's are the chicken tikka softie and the chicken tikka baguette.
I'm more savory on that thing, yeah.
But while we were filming the TikTok, it's like 2 different people came in and ordered only our favorite things.
Yeah.
And it's just like, yeah, it just shows how popular and how good those things are,
Yeah, no, I mean... You have to get down there early in the morning to get their stuff, to get the good stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's all gone by 12 o'clock.
Yeah, and what astonishes me is they don't replenish, like...
No. Once it's gone, it's gone.
If you get there by, like...
It's like the donut shop up here. It's like, once it's gone, it's gone.
We tried to beat them one day, because Dominic loves the chicken tikka softie, which I think is the next thing on the list.
Yeah.
We tried to beat the lunch rush, which I thought, okay, chicken tikka softie, it's chicken tikka masala in a cold, like a chicken salad kind of style.
It's like,
on a soft...
It's got mayonnaise in it, I think.
On a soft bun? I mean, what would you call it?
It's on like a submarine roll.
Like kind of like a
hoagie. Yes, that's it, yeah.
Yeah, like a hoagie
They do baguettes as well, which are a little bit bigger and crustier, but the softie is good too, I mean, I like both.
They're both good. The baguette's just a bit more messy because it's crusty and it goes everywhere.
But yeah.
But the inside is like a chicken salad style.
It's got lettuce and the stuff, and that's it.
Yeah. But with chicken tikka masala, it is really good. Yeah. And so you think, okay, that's a sandwich, so everybody's coming to get those at lunch. So let's get there like 11:30-ish. Gone.
Absolutely gone. It's like, people going down there and that's their breakfast.
Same idea.
Yeah. They'll come in and they'll go like, oh, can I have 2? Or whatever, oh, can I have 2 custard slices?
Yeah.
And, if you go there just before they're closing, they do mark them down a little bit.
Yes, we didn't know that.
We went there one day. We've marked down the custard slices because,
She was like, oh, this stuff here is half price. And I was like, oh.
And it was like the whole tray of custard slices still left. And you were like, oh, no.
Just dump them in this bag. Just dump them in here.
Yes.
But yeah, they do a lot of other sandwiches. But if you go there... by noon, 1 o'clock, all the chicken tikka ones are gone. You would think they would just do twice the amount of those because it's every day that happens.
Yes. But, you know,
and then
they know how many they're going to sell.
And then they're just left with,
you're
like,
done, you know?
ham and cheese softie or...
Yeah, the boring stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, no one's getting that. Everyone's going there for the chicken tikka.
Sounded... I mean, I think they had...
Coronation chicken or something.
Later on, they had a turkey and stuffing one,
Turkey and stuffing, yeah.
But there was another one that sounded not great, and it was always left. I can't remember what it was.
Cheese and
I don't know.
tuna mayo maybe. I don't know.
But it was always there. It's like, stop doing those. Nobody wants them. Do like 2-3 times the number of chicken tikka softies.
Yeah.
Because, does Dominic get in a mood when we go there? And they're all gone.
Yes. It's just like they're all
We're
gone.
We're just running around town to all the Jenkins.
Oh.
We're running around to all the Jenkins. Like, what about this one? Do they have
They're
it?
all gone. And it's like someone's the chicken tikka softie
My
monster.
husband's getting hangry. I need a chicken tikka softie.
Yes. And the next one, we're running out of time here.
Oh my God.
Asda
we
Pizza.
We do ramble.
Yes.
Asda Pizza.
I mean...
Again, look on TikTok.
Look on TikTok. You talk about the lines. It's more popular than ever now. And it's funny, when I started talking about it, a few British people contacted me going, yes, the Asda Pizza.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely cannot...
cannot
sing that praises enough.
Yeah.
I guess because it's cheap. And it's good, you know?
Yeah, it's like Papa Murphy over here. You get to make your own pizza, and then you take it home and cook it. But whereas Papa Murphy's like $14.99 for a pizza. I mean, on the low end.
How much? And I said, how much is the large one again? Same price it's always been.
Same price as always. You know? It's just like £4 for the large pizza.
Yeah, and that's a good deal.
Maybe £4.
And it's like 18 inches, I think.
Yeah,
it's like an 18. It's a big one. Yeah. You know?
Yes.
So it's like, you know, you're paying like what, $10 for that over here.
You choose 4 toppings of your choosing, you know, and then she puts garlic oil on it, wraps it up, you take it home and cook it, and it's just so good.
Yeah, I mean, it takes no time to cook as well. It's just, I'm just thinking about that, and I wish we were having that for dinner now.
Next is tandoori chicken pizza from Domino's.
Yeah, there you go. Domino's over here don't do tandoori chicken on a pizza.
No.
But I got it on the pizza, and you were like, oh yeah, that's good actually.
Yeah, so good.
Good call.
Because the only chicken on pizzas I usually have is like a chicken Alfredo pizza. Alfredo.
Yeah, people think it's weird to put like chicken on a pizza. Over here.
I mean,
it's getting more and more.
I just don't.
Commonplace.
I guess some people like it. In Britain, barbecue chicken is a popular pizza topping. Yeah. It's a no for me.
Yeah, it's not that great barbecue chicken. Chicken tikka though, or chicken tandoori chicken.
Oh, the tandoori chicken. If you guys go to
We're
Britain,
just making you hungry now.
Get a Domino's pizza and only order the tandoori chicken pizza. Yeah. Because the other pizzas are the same as what you get over
If you like spicy too, you can put like, I think they have like chili peppers and stuff you can put on it.
Oh, so good. So good. Sorry, we have to rush.
Yeah. Wet mozzarella for 55 pence.
I love that this is on the list.
Wet mozzarella for 55 pence. Now, if you've been to the grocery store and you cook, you know, you want to like have fresh wet mozzarella.
Yeah.
You're like,
if you're going to have a caprese salad
it's like $3 to $4.
No, we just saw it in Randall's or somewhere. H-E-B maybe. I don't know. $6.59. $6.59. Whereas in the grocery store in Britain, you can get a ball of wet mozzarella the same size as what we sell for $6 over here. For 55 freaking p.
Yeah. I mean, you can get more expensive versions, but they're just the same.
Why? Yeah, no, they do. They taste the same.
Morrison's had like one for like, I think it was like £2. £2. And then they had a slightly cheaper one, which was like £1 something, you know?
Yeah.
Then they had their saver option, which was 55p.
Yeah.
And it was all wet mozzarella.
And Tesco had the same thing.
And Aldi used to do like a big bar of wet mozzarella.
Yeah.
And I think it's because it's being produced. I mean, people go, oh, well, it's made in Italy and it doesn't have to travel that far and blah, blah, blah. No, I think they're actually producing it in the UK now.
Yeah.
Because I saw when we were on the plane, like Stanley Tucci.
Oh, yeah.
Did a thing. And he spoke to this Italian woman. She goes, yeah, I prefer making the mozzarella with British cow's milk.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because for some weird reason, the milk tastes better.
Yeah.
There's something about the milk and it makes better mozzarella. Mm-hmm. And here you go. And I guess, you know, with that starting up, it's like, oh yeah, we can sell it for 55 pence.
I love me some freaking wet mozzarella, you guys. And this 55p wet mozzarella, I don't care who you are, tastes just as good as the expensive wet mozzarella.
Yeah.
It does.
Oh, yeah.
And I was just like, I'm buying this every time we go to the grocery store, and I will find something to use it on.
Well, I was always using it on pasta bake.
Yeah.
But I guess you could use it on, like...
I found those portobello mushrooms for, like, 24p one day, and I had a mozzarella sandwich with the portobello mushrooms. Yeah, so good.
Yeah, I mean, it's pros and cons, really, isn't it? Iron Brew Extra... We decided that's the ultimate Iron Brew.
That's the Iron Brew, yeah.
Yeah, and that's the Coke Zero version of Iron Brew. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like no sugar.
Yeah, but it tastes better.
But it tastes better. It's just got the taste.
Yeah. The if you watched again our TikTok of him trying the 1901 recipe.
Yeah, the 1901 recipe was created.
It was too fizzy. The flavor was too mild. I don't know. It wasn't it.
Yeah, I mean, it was good. I like it. It tastes like Iron Brew to me. And then you have, like, the normal Iron Brew, which is, like, you know...
A little bit. To me, it wasn't as flavorful as it
extra,
used to be.
But then extra. Yeah. And it's like, how have they done this?
Yeah.
They've done this.
I think the fake sugar and the extra punches up the flavor.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. Because the regular Iron Brew, it's just not as flavorful as it used to be.
Yeah, because I've seen a lot of people going, oh, no, Iron Brew Extra, you should just kick all the other on and just make that.
Yeah.
Now.
Yeah.
You've got it. That's the one. You did it. Congratulations, bar. Meal deals.
We could do a whole podcast on meal deals.
And I told you before we went to the UK, because she was, I don't know, got a budget for food and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, yeah, but you haven't met the meal deal yet. And you were like, I don't know what that is. Oh, the meal deal, you know. And I was like, I mean, you've been over there a couple of times and we haven't really had it.
Yeah.
But I was like, no, don't worry about it. The meal deal is going to be your friend if you want a budget when we're traveling.
Yeah.
It's easy to get, you know, and it's relatively cheap.
Because we did a trip to Scotland and then from Scotland across the top of England and back down into South Wales. And it was like 10 days. And I was like, this is going to be so expensive just in food because the traveling in Britain is not actually all that expensive, like to get to and from places.
Yeah.
You can do it cheaply. And surprisingly, the hotels as well. So I was like, the food is going to be an issue if we're having to eat in restaurants. Even fast food can get quite expensive.
Yeah,
if you're doing it for every meal.
It'll add up, yeah.
So we went to the grocery stores and we got the meal deals and we would take it back to our hotel or whatever and
that would be fine.
You can get I've had a bad experience with the sandwich in the past.
Yes, that's what was holding holding her back was prepackaged sandwiches not good because
don't know how long they've been sitting there, not fresh.
And I was like that these things are relatively fresh.
Yeah.
Because everyone clears it out.
Yeah.
It's like very popular.
They're very picked over. Yeah, they changed them out. I don't think anything's sitting on the shelves in the meal deal section.
Yeah, except unless it's tuna mayonnaise or something like that. I mean, I don't know, tuna and sweet corn or whatever.
The awesome thing to me is because some of the sandwiches, I don't know if you'll admit it or not, some of the sandwiches are quite bland. Like
of course they are. They're bland. They're bland.
Mayonnaise, or there's not that much.
Yeah, they're bland. Some of them are bland. Yeah, I will admit that. But then again, that's because I just want something to fill a hole at lunchtime while I'm on my lunch break.
Yeah, but I don't like to eat like that. I like to enjoy food, okay?
Yes, you like to sit in the countryside for hours.
I wanted to
where people are just like, yeah, chicken and butter, that's fine for me.
It's like if I'm going to have calories.
and a drink, and I'll be
If I'm going
to
consume
work.
calories, I want them to matter. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to be like, this was so worth it. This was so delicious. I don't want to fill a hole. It's like, this is horrible. Like, I mean, I know food is fuel, and that's the best way to look at it, but also, like, I like to enjoy my life.
Sometimes a lemon pie. I like to enjoy my life. I don't like to be miserable when I'm eating food.
No, but what I was going to say is the awesome thing about the meal deals is there's not just sandwiches.
Not now. Yeah, there used to be just sandwiches. Now you can have a pasta.
Cold salads.
You can have a wrap.
Wraps.
Yeah.
And then there's all different variety of things that you can get. So okay. What a meal deal is you get a main, which is a sandwich, a pasta, a salad, a wrap, something like that.
Sandwich or a pasta or a salad or a wrap, yeah.
Yeah. And then you get what they call a snack.
A snack or a side,
maybe.
A side is usually a packet of crisps.
That can be, but it doesn't have to be, because I can get really tired of crisps really quickly.
You can get a chocolate bar.
I can get really tired of chocolate bars. But you can get crisps, chocolate bar, or, I don't know, they don't really have other types of candy. It's mostly just chocolate bar.
Just chocolate bar, yeah.
But you could also get, like, a thing of fruit, or a yogurt, or a hard-boiled egg, or...
Yeah.
Yeah, there's all kinds of options. Like, there's so many options.
You can mix and match.
And then a drink. And you get these 3 things, usually for, like, what?
£3 it used to be, but now they've come up to about
£3.50.
£3.50, yeah.
Yeah.
The cheap base options, because there are like a little bit more expensive ones where you can get like a sub roll
with more premium kind of ingredients.
Premium kind of ingredients,
and those will be like £4.50 or £5, for the meal deal. So you get those 3 things, and that is all you need. And if you get one of those tubs of like a pasta, pasta salad with chicken enough. And cheese and everything, and then you have a side and a drink on top of it, that is
and I totally forgot about the forks, but they were like, oh yeah, the wooden forks are here, yeah, you hate the wooden forks, but yeah. It's a whole other ball game, whole other story.
But the drinks alone, they have such a wide variety of drinks that you can have with these meal deals, that that I just started picking out the most expensive drink.
Because I mean, it all comes like, like the innocent smoothies.
If you bought the drink on its own, some of them are nearly £3 just for the one little like drink, 12-ounce drink or whatever it is, Yeah. Like nearly £3 just on its own.
Yeah.
And you can get a whole meal for the same price. So it's the best way to eat, I think, when you're traveling. It's the cheapest, and also it can be really good too.
Yeah, it can be. The next one, full English breakfasts. Yeah. What do you reckon of them?
Yeah.
You could eat them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because you like your eggs, don't you?
Yeah. You know what?
Oh, and you like your fried eggs now,
I did. I started eating fried eggs in Britain. I don't know what's happening to me.
Yeah.
I
don't like eggs at all.
Yeah.
So if I'm coming to your house, just keep that in mind. If you're going to serve a plate of like scrambled eggs or deviled eggs or anything that's got egg as the main ingredient, like an omelette.
Yeah.
We
didn't have any full Englishes this time with like the black pudding and the...
Yeah, no, I mean...
Which I've had it before, it just tastes like sausage. And normally I skip the beans because I'm just
beans for breakfast.
But we went to Humble Cafe in Llanelli.
Humble Coffee,
that's what it was. And I got a full English there, and the beans were so good. I clean the plate, yeah. No,
clean the plate.
My favorite thing of a British breakfast, of a full English, is the mushrooms. Like, I could just eat the mushrooms for breakfast, to be honest.
Someone else we were watching recently talking about the English breakfast was like, oh, I do love mushrooms, so yeah, I can get on board with eating mushrooms at breakfast.
Yes, just so good.
Yeah. The last thing we've got is haggis. Before we wrap this up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you tried haggis, didn't you? I
tried haggis.
What did you think? What was your verdict on that?
I mean, where we got it, I don't know. It was the most authentic place. You know what I mean? Yeah. I don't know if it was the most haggisy place to get the haggis.
Yeah.
We were in Scotland, though, so, I mean... I just mean the restaurant itself, you know, because the restaurant itself was very, like, more like a cafe and, like, very kind of European, I think. Like, they had a wide variety of stuff.
They had a wide variety
It wasn't, like, a lot of just... I don't know. I mean, I don't know what kind
things.
of... Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of restaurant I'm, like, thinking I should be getting a haggis in. But I tried it. It was, crumpled up... Crumpled? I don't know if that's...
Crumpled, yes.
Crumbly. It was very crumbly.
It was in
a
gravy.
On top of mashed potatoes. Yeah. It was in a gravy. There were little, like...
It was hearty.
Crunchy, burny kind of bits in it.
Yeah, that was
it just kind of tasted like sausage. It was fine. I think... I mean, if it's, you know, similar to haggis that I would have had everywhere else, which I probably should have tried at some other places.
Traditionally, maybe not, because it's boiled in a sheep's stomach.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know that this was. We don't know if it was or not.
Yeah, we don't know. It wasn't in the sheep's stomach. So.
No, I don't think they don't serve it in the sheep's stomach.
Yeah, they do.
No.
Yes, they do.
I've seen it. I've seen
it looks
Anthony Bourdain eating it, and it looked exactly like the way I had it.
Yeah, that's at a restaurant, though. He had that at a restaurant.
No, he was at some sort of greasy spoon, he said.
Yeah, like that, a cafe or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, like, when they do it, like, traditionally.
Yeah.
I
don't think they serve it like that anymore, though.
If they want to do it the right way, they'll do it that way.
I don't know, But as far as...
Haggis, neeps, and tatties.
As far as taste, if the one that I had was, you know, similar to the way they all taste, I think it's way overhyped. It was fine. There was nothing weird or disgusting about it, but it also wasn't, like, melt in my mouth, like I want more and more. It wasn't just
a custard slice.
It was just like, you know, I've had it, you know, I'm not going to, it's not something I'm going to crave, you know, but it also wasn't, it was just boring, to be honest. It was just like,
meh.
Yeah.
So, So that's it.
That's it. We're way over time.
Well, we're way over time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'll be all right.
Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, we really appreciate your support. Be sure to give us a follow on social media. If you don't already, we are at TButty, TEABUTTY on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, all of the places. And we'll talk to you all next time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.